Smells strong.
Strong. Listen, you have to sip it. It looks like I'm drinking. I'm just sipping it.
It smells like it's hidden.
Hopefully it will. Alright.
What's wrong?
This the OBS is like,
Does it mean the song ain't playing?
no, the song's playing, it's the visual.
Our visuals ain't rocking?
I don't know, friend.
It's okay. Two tears in a bucket. We still on the station.
Okay, you ready?
I just wanna go back to being the same when I...
Cut it. So they hear that. I want to save it.
They can't hear
She
it.
said stop singing. Stop singing.
Save it.
I'm gonna cheat.
I want them to miss the good notes.
Right, I got you. I
And you know, sometimes you do one run, and then when you come back, you don't hit that same run.
I'm not gonna lie. You are correct.
It's like, I want that run back.
And the more you do it, you can just yourself out.
Yep.
Okay.
Hey. And that was Monica. Before you walk on about my life, I have something to say to you.
Okay.
Alright? So, in the modern tradition of Tomaro's tunes, we're going to let Miss Jelaine tell her the house girl.
Come on.
Okay.
Well, I never meant to cause you no pain. Snap with me. I just wanna go back to being the same. Well, I only wanna make things right before you walk out my life. Hey, come on.
Yeah.
Hey.
There we go.
Absolute jam. I hope you guys are enjoying the live. I can't. Which camera? All cameras are
Me
live.
too, both of you. Yes,
You
yes,
live on here
yes.
too?
I'm live on here too.
I can tell. I can feel it.
So, Miss Jelaine,
Yes, ma'am.
where are you from?
I'm originally from Los Angeles, California.
All right, California, yay!
Okay, listen,
And what
wait.
brought you to H-Town?
School opportunities. I love California, but it's so expensive out there. There's people out there who are just struggling to pay their regular bills.
I heard. I never lived there, but I heard it's bad.
Yes.
How long have you been here?
Oh, long. I'm almost a resident. I've been here about 9.5 years.
How many years does it take to become a Houstonian?
I don't know.
10. I feel like it's 10.
Oh, well, I'm not there
You
yet.
feel like it's 10?
I feel like
Yeah.
you have 10.
I got 6 in, but that's it.
Yeah.
That's why you got a 6?
Oh, no, 7. This is my 7th year.
You got 3 more years until we can call you
Houstonian.
Houstonian.
I'm about to be a Houstonian.
Your anniversary is coming up soon?
It's coming up, girl. Yes.
And how long have you been singing?
Wow, I want to say professionally probably since I was about 15. But I came out the womb humming on
Singing
something.
and all that.
Barney, that was my guy.
Hey, this is the song. No, this I'm on lamb chops play along.
Oh,
Okay.
She said lamb chops.
Showing my age. So, when you say it started at 15, but it started before then, were you one of those choir girls?
What's interesting enough, as much as I love to be in my youth choir, I wasn't really as active. I was more like I would write songs and give them to the music director and tell him, hey, I want us to sing this song one Sunday.
How were you doing this?
Oh my goodness, I think I wrote my first song for church when I was about 7. Yes.
Did they take you seriously when you
Yes.
brought it and they played? Did they do the
Yes,
song?
he did play the song.
Stop it!
I kid you
The
not.
choir sung it and everything?
Well, it was a small scale. Now.
Okay,
We
so
didn't put it in Sunday,
7
but
years
they
old. Okay.
entertained me. They entertained my idea.
Okay.
It helped me out.
So, how long have you been writing then?
Writing, literally, my first song took since 7, and it hasn't really stopped.
So, would you say you're more of a writer, or would you say you're more of a singer? Like, which one is really your bag?
That's tough. I think my real bag in the past has been from writing because I've written for other artists and things like that. But in the present day, it's singing, baby. They pay me to show up.
And she does show up and show out.
Don't let me put these keys on. That's actually
That's a story. Not a
You got a
story, but a mini story
Let me hear
about me and Jelaine took a cross-country trip.
That was my first one.
It was her
Lord
first one,
Jesus.
and you know what? I really fell in love with her, no homo, on that trip because we got to face adversities and you know what
Y'all
I'm
went
saying?
through some shit?
Yeah, and she was younger too. She was younger, so I was the older, you know what I'm saying,
makes sense.
person, and I was way more probably like less patient, maybe.
Yeah.
I think I could say I was less patient.
Yeah,
you know what
for
I mean?
For sure.
But just going and experiencing this with her, and we were like right here the whole time, but it was like
in the same house.
Yeah.
Oh.
We went on this little situation, and it was supposed to be for exposure. It was a good trip.
Yeah.
I was.
Okay,
what I'm saying? It was.
Were you managing her at the time?
No, I've always wanted to manage her. Oddly enough, and we've had this conversation for years, and I was like, if I was gonna manage anyone else, it would be you. I tell her that, and other people they don't like to hear that.
Listen, we need to have a conversation after this. I got a contract.
There we go. Okay, and I need 10% because I'm kind of.
Listen, she said
I'm back together.
I haven't officially managed her, but anything that comes across my plate, I definitely throw it her way. But the story was just seeing her perform in Atlanta and watching her like command a crowd of Atlanteans at the spot of the drop of a hat, and she fucking went out there and she did her shit. It was like a lot of hip hop artists.
Yeah, it was all rappers.
She came out there and niggas was like low key. They was like, but you see her little, what I'm saying? She pops out there with her little body and her fucking hair, and then you give her that microphone, and nigga, when I tell you, it was like. Everybody was like, whoa, and I'll never forget that moment.
No, okay, I got a story time too, and I know for sure that it'll do that because Love to Jam had a mixer.
Indeed.
And I had seen you around. I believe Lovey had introduced, but you was behind.
Yeah.
That cute shit.
I'm the pass-through. She goes to the studio. She goes speak.
No, this is doing a mixer.
Oh, okay.
So we spoke, we're meeting everybody that's there. We're networking. We're moving around. And the first performer, as a matter of fact, was Jelaine. And that little body, blew out some notes. And I was like, okay.
Niggas wasn't ready.
They never ready. That's the problem.
You know how you know a bitch is a dope singer when in your mind it make you feel like you can sing too? I was over there like that. I had to lick it and shake it. I can't just shake it. It needs moisture. When it comes out, it needs the moisture on release.
But yes, she definitely has a voice. You guys are going to hear a lot more from her. We're going to be playing some music. But during those early times, what artist inspired you during those early times?
Mariah Carey. In her prime. And I say that, and I don't want to say that in a derogatory name. She's a legend. But Mariah in that 90s era, that rainbow area, that was
glitter.
That was glitter.
Butterfly, y'all playing.
Okay,
Butterfly.
She just had such a beautiful voice on top of pop, on top of hip hop. I mean, she could just do anything on any beat. That was
for real.
One.
I officially became a fan of her when she did that song with ODB.
Oh,
when
yeah.
she did that, me and Mariah. You remember? Like, what's all Mariah's? Oh, dirty bastard. You get it.
I get kind of hectic inside. Ooh, baby, I'm so into you. Darling, if you only knew all the fears that flow through my mind. But it's just a sweet.
There you go.
Me and Mariah. I thought you was pointing at me to no rap. I thought it was
I need you to still hit the button.
I thought it was my turn to come in with the rap verse. In my mind, I was so dirty bastard. He invoked me. May he rest in peace. I was taking over. I'm sorry. You saw me drop that shit, right?
I love it though.
Mariah.
Go back like
she got the lyrics.
Jelaine.
Stop encouraging me.
I don't usually get involved
Stop
in
encouraging her ass.
I'm so sorry.
Lovey, stop letting your ass be encouraged.
Sorry.
No matter what's going on, don't be encouraged.
Hey. That's not how the song goes at all.
I do remix.
We don't like your remix.
She's a writer and a rapper
And a singer background
I
and
do
a remix.
remixes too. Okay.
You need to start you a YouTube channel.
I'm not dealing with you, Jelaine. I'm not dealing with you. So listen, started professionally at 15. How did you start professionally at 15? Like you wrote your first song?
No, because I had been writing. I say 15, but really it was 13. I actually won a competition.
What
A
kind
city
of
I was in.
competition?
It was called Carson Idol.
Okay.
So I was 13. I went in there. I sang a Yolanda Adams song. I sang Open My Heart. That's what I sang.
Was it a gospel competition?
No, it was not. But I stood there, bro. I said, I'm 13 and I'm about to sing this gospel song to you. Okay?
Hey, can I get a little? I just want to.
You want?
So I open up.
Oh. What?
I want to know
as she made her way to Jesus, she stumbled through the tears and made her blind. Yeah. I sang Alabaster Box just then. Don't quote me on that.
You say what now?
I just sang Alabaster Box and y'all was vibing with me.
Yeah, you know what? I didn't want to because we on live. So
no, but I want you to tell me
No, I didn't want to be the one to be like, that ain't the song,
That ain't
girl.
the song. That is alone in a room. There it is. It's just me and you. I feel so lost because I don't know what to do.
Yes.
Yes, Steven.
She got something to tell me her ass is gonna be singing all night, and I ain't mad at it. You know I love me a show. Okay. So you won your contest, and where'd you go from there?
So I won my contest. I ended up getting a free vocal, my first studio session. I was like 13 in some professional studio, but then they let me sing the national anthem at my graduation in 8th grade. From there, I started taking more serious offers, theater, and I was just really involved kind of on the child music scene in Los Angeles. Yeah, I started at 13, I did.
So when you came to Houston, were you worried about your music career? Because obviously that wasn't a decision of yours, right?
Right, it was definitely a parent thing.
It was definitely a parent thing. So during that time when you had that parent thing and you're going to leave all the things you built up at that time, like how was that for you?
I was devastated, to be honest, because I felt like I was leaving all my friends, all my connections, everything that I had known. But on the other hand, I also was pregnant, you know what I'm saying, young and with child.
Okay.
And so I think in those moments, right around 15, I just took the necessary steps I was responsible. Because I know I said, hey, I'm about to have this child. Let me go somewhere where I can afford to be on my own. And I moved out very young. And so I'll say that I was more focused on, let me go to college. Let me do this. I actually went to college. I started at 17. It's very interesting. But, as I was going through it, thinking this is what I'm going to do with the rest of my life, I'm going to go get a job, I just felt so unhappy. I felt so unhappy not being on the stage, and so I started getting more involved with theater and the live music scene, and it just kind of opened my eyes, like, you know what, I have this child, I'm going to take care of home, but this is what I want to do with my life.
So at what age did you start getting back out there?
I want to say right around 18.
Okay.
I don't know if you're familiar with AJ McQueen, I believe.
I am familiar
with
yes, ma'am, Mr. Hydrate Hill.
Okay, listen. So way back in the Gap, I actually went to Lone Star College. They used to have like this poetry open mic night. And that's where I first started getting on the scene and kind of getting
with his group, the Writers Block?
Yeah, it was, I think it was even before it became the Writers Block. Yeah, this is back when they were, something else. I can't remember the name of it. It was like little clubs right around the Greens Point area, and I would go and I would sing, and it really just kind of opened me back up. Like, you know what? Nah, take this chance. Don't go be a nurse. Don't go be a teacher. It's not for you.
Okay. That's what's up. So you always wanted to be a singer, obviously.
Absolutely.
It was no nursing. You were just thinking about that because you had the kid. You wanted
Practical.
to be exactly.
And people get in your head. Even people who don't have children, people will try to tell you that what you're doing is not reachable and you can't achieve this thing. But don't let other people's limitations stop you from what you go for. And I'm so glad that at a young age I had that in my mind. Like, you know what? I don't care what people think. Like, people say it's not stable. I don't care. I'm making money and I'm doing what I love to do.
Right. So when did you start getting on the open mic scene and performing at the different venue scenes?
So venue scene, that was a couple years later. That was probably around 21, and that was when my boy Phil Wade.
Ooh, I love me some Phil Wade now.
Phil, I'm sorry, it's K. Relly now.
It's Rails. We had Rails on the show a while ago.
I saw. He actually had an open mic thing going at like this vinyl store. I ran into people like Miriam Echo, Dez. I ran into a drummer, Lorenzo, and these are, Ali Michelle. These are people who were already kind of on the scene.
Yes, and now like really.
Right, and now they're up there. So when I was going to these open mics, it opened up my everything. I mean, these connections were how I was able to go get a wedding gig or other gigs like that. But they, it was definitely that in the jam session. It's a dark room, probably no bigger than Carl's little studio over there. 50, 60 of us packed in there just jamming on the mic. It was like that inspired me to go even harder.
Right.
Hearing all these voices, I'm like, oh my gosh, I guess I love the way she did that.
That's what's
this
up.
Is for me.
So check it. In 2018, we comes up with our song "Love."
Oh yes.
Now, how did "Love" come about?
Here at the studio with Kehlani. My boy.
Shout out Kehlani.
Shout out Kehlani. I Kehlani on the beat. He makes 90% of my beats. That's my guy. I came in for a feature, right? So someone had paid me to come do a feature. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna come make my quick little money.
Make my little point.
Yeah, come do this little feature, make my little points. I'm gonna go home, you know. And me and Kalani just kind of got to talking, and it's crazy. Love, after a couple of sessions, you know, with the feature, he came in, he started playing his chords, and something just spoke to me. I wrote Love in the first session. Yeah, the first time we actually sat down and fully played the song, I wrote it. And then, you know, it took a couple of sessions to really record because I had been away from the mic so long. I had been away from the recording aspect. Singing live and singing in the booth.
It's two different things.
So I kind of had to bring it back, and that's how it came about. And the relationship from there just blossomed. That's why I met
Was that by accident to do that recording with that song? Because, you know, you were doing the live thing.
Yes.
So when did it come to the point where, you know what, I want to record something and I want to do something on my own? Was that a push, or did that just happen to happen?
You know, it's crazy because I was signed prior to that. I was signed to a gospel label.
So you were doing gospel before. Now talk to me.
Listen, it was a hefty price. I'm gonna be real with you.
What do you mean?
It was the contract. You know what I'm saying? The contract was a good contract money wise for me at the time. I was young. They're about to give me this bag. I'm here for it. But what I had to deal with in the business aspect, that's when I first learned that music is not just a passion and your dream. It's a business.
Hello.
So, hello. So I ended up recording this whole project with them, and just due to legal issues, I wasn't able to use anything off of that album. So yeah, I had always wanted to record, but I just wasn't in the right situations. I had to really kind of get between that label and independent aspect.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Right. Which one do you like better?
Oh, come on, baby. I need my points.
Independent. Or make independent.
But
keep your control. Keep your shit.
Man, keep it. Because who you going to pass it along to if somebody else got control of it? You can't pass it down.
Hello. I'm sorry. Back to love. Back to love.
Yes, here. We just talking.
We just chatting. So sometimes it's gonna bounce around. I'm sorry.
Keep me on track.
Back to love.
Back to it.
So silly, girl. So love came out. What was it like? Right. This is your first.
That was my second single.
Yeah.
The first single.
Yeah, the first single was On My Own.
Okay.
And
it was that was a showstopper.
That was the one that was
the showstopper.
Okay.
Because they were like, it was a super
love.
It was super hard. Like hip hop trap.
Yeah, bitch, it'll make you think you can sing, bitch. That's what I'm saying, bitch. You'll be in here like,
I should have sent that into the
shut up, bitch.
But instead,
we already got it. Hold on.
So we're gonna play love.
We already got it.
Cute.
Sorry. I'm saying we got them all, so whatever.
Oh, what you want to do?
Listen.
What you want to do?
I don't know.
We're gonna do that one, or we're gonna do love. Which one you want to do?
Oh, why?
Because right now I'm just taking it old school to your old when you first started.
All right, we're gonna have to do On My Own. We gotta do On My Own if we're gonna take it all the way back. That's where I started.
There we go. So tell us a little bit about On My Own then.
On My Own, it came from the process. So when I got with this Christian label, they just told me to write positive music. So when I'm in the studio with this one producer. And I was like, I just want to write something for the ladies. Like, I just want to write women empowerment, man, because, that's really what it was about. So, yeah, On My Own came about just kind of being in the studio, like, feeling myself. I just got this fresh bag. Listen.
It's ready.
Yeah, we ready? Yeah. You give a teenager a couple racks. You see how they act.
You see they're like real bougie with themselves, okay?
But this is On My Own.
There you go. Lovey, drop it.
Yeah.
Drops that thing.
I was unexpected. Love it. She woke up. I got it. Don't worry, we have that.
Right.
Please don't get it fucked up.
Huh?
I said, please don't get it fucked up.
Okay, I love it though. Ooh, girl, you taking me back. What was this? 2016?
What's it?
No, it's like 17.
17, yeah. There was a 2017 we went to Atlanta, or
I
wherever the fuck
check.
we went, New York, wherever the fuck we was. It had to be 2017 because Peter was there.
I was young, baby. Super. When I heard, girl, they can't hear right through that song.
I feel like a jerk for being all in Tomaro's show. I swear I don't usually. I said I feel like a jerk, like I'm interrupting the flow of your show, and I'm sorry.
You're not a jerk.
I don't usually interfere.
Motherfuckers is just excited to be with each other.
Yeah, I be excited. I get excited like this normally.
So I'm taking it that. I'm not upset about that. I know how to bring it back in. Shut it down.
I can't help myself.
Okay. But I get it. Y'all friends, y'all asses drinking and everything.
You don't drink tomorrow?
Not on my show.
She won't drink on her. Trust me,
Not on my show. I
I
will smoke, but as soon as I leave, I don't see you in the car, right?
You know we finna find out.
Right. Is there a show after this?
It is. You may want to stay for that crazy.
Yeah, you
so
I'm going to tell you, my boy called me all this house in Dallas about this blah, blah, blah. I got a radio interview tonight at Kilami Studio. I'm like, I got a radio tonight. I know Asshole.
Who is he?
Asshole and Gold, he's from Houston.
Oh, so he must know Guala now.
Yeah, the two, I don't know what it's called.
Guala and Ella, the Man Cave show. Oh, that's
stay for that. I'm going to an
funny.
event. Sweetheart birthday celebration is tonight. And he got about 10 people performing. Madison, Miriam, Susan Carroll. Oh, some more. Man, that motherfucking magnetic. Jesus.
It's so, her voice pulls me in. It's not existent.
So we gonna have a couple of folks there and I'm trying to
Where was that?
This is gonna be, you remember 21? No, it's not. You remember 2020? Club 2020 off of Leland? You could get a mail bar.
Yeah.
That's where it's gonna be a pocket corner.
That used not 2020, that was something else we were doing the first Monday.
Yeah,
the first Monday down
yeah,
there. I remember that.
And I can understand why, because I believe
What? They're a little.
right. So that's what I'm doing. So I was like, culture. I was like, off of Leland? Are they just like 2020? And I know 2020 is for the boys.
Okay, and every time it changes, it's still for the boys.
Yeah, okay. That's our location. Yeah, for the boys.
Yeah, we'll talk.
But I have a good time every time I go with the boys. They make me feel so sexy, don't they?
Look at her. She likes this one. This is like such a baby. I was like rapping, screaming.
Let me tell you what we're going to do. We're going to come back, we're going to take a break, and then come back to the wheel.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. I'm so excited. It's right, no, it's called On My Own. Better on my own. Girl, I don't know who I thought. That's it.
Hey, and that was On My Own by Jelaine.
Yes, back in my youth, y'all.
Back in her youth, you brought her back some memories.
Yes,
Okay, you brought her back some
I didn't
memories.
even know that was in the queue. I'm gonna have to talk to somebody.
You know, Lovey, once she gets you in her body, she keeps it.
It's not nowhere.
She keeps doing all that.
Exactly.
Listen, guys. First, Jelaine, get the people your tag. We're going to take a quick break. Before we take a break, during this break time, you can go follow Jelaine. So, Jelaine, let the people know how they can follow you.
You can follow me on most social media platforms at It's Jelaine. That's ITSJELAYNE. Yes, my mama did know what she was doing when she named me. Once again, it's Jelaine, ITSJELAYNE. And anything you can't find me there, like YouTube, it's just my name, Jelaine.
Jelaine is what it is. We will be back in 5, guys. I'll see you soon. We got more interviews. We got more music. And you know we got that wheel of music, okay? So,